And that's all I was saying. It was like, don't come to me with your funny little, like, hear me out, with your little cat girls and your sphinxes and stuff like that. If you're not talking about shit like the RC twins from Transformers, then I don't want to hear the shit.
But hear me
Like, I'm
out
done
though.
with it.
That
Yeah.
that Sphinx
Right.
Animal Crossing got a little shape on her.
I'm telling you, the RC twins, where it's at.
Welcome back, everyone. We're not talking about hentai, I promise. This is another episode of Just Bullin'. Joining me as always are my boys, Rico and Wonder. Say
What up?
hello, everyone. Hello. This episode, oh shit, I had a list, but I was too busy jamming to pull it up. This episode is a versus episode. We're just going to talk about a few topics, just and give our opinion on which we believe is better. I'm going to start with something easy. Sub versus dub.
I don't know how easy that one is.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Paulo. So, versus. Oh, and so the first one was like, and Sketch brought up a really good one. While in the mention, first we're gonna do sub versus dub, and mine is situational, but I'll let y'all go first.
Actually, so is mine.
That one's a tough one for me.
I think we may all have the same thing, depending on what we're doing.
It depends.
Right, exactly. Same.
For me, it depends on the voice actors because I adore the Overlord English voice actors. I think the dude who voices Ansel Gome is fucking amazing. Like R.I.P. Ed Blaylock did an amazing job as freaking Sebas. Like everybody there, it does an amazing job. But Don,
me,
I would rather not. I would rather not hear that in English.
I
Okay.
haven't watched that one. For me, I prefer dubs, but dubs are better than they used to be.
Yeah, much better.
They're a lot better. Like, for just my opinion, at least in the later stuff, Dragon Ball is gold standard, and it's mostly because they've had the same people doing it since the show came to America.
Yeah.
So that one is top of the line for me, and that's because I've watched Dragon Ball the most. Second will probably be Full Metal Alchemist. Their dub is pretty good.
Funimation. Both of these are Funimation.
Oh, well, then that's probably and probably there's a lot of those voice actors probably carry over to the other because they were all on, Toonami or whatever at one time. So
same thing for me.
Yeah, they all probably carry over anyways. But let me see, what else? What would I watch? I prefer a sub in. I mean, it really anything new. Like, I've watched all My Hero or actually I did half and half on that. I
did half and half on My Hero also.
Yeah, I did. The first half was dub, and the second half was sub. So, but they were both great to me. But yeah, it's situational for me. I don't prefer one or the other.
If I start one and I don't like it, then I'll usually switch.
Yeah, that's true. You can usually find that out right away.
Yeah.
I'm typical. If I'm working, and I still want to watch something, like I may switch, and it also depends on how I started it too, because sometimes we'd be in a hurry to watch something, and we can only see it in Japanese till they catch up, really. And so, I mean, now it's getting better because now they're dropping them side by side.
Yeah, that's simulcast.
So it's been a lot easier to just kind of pick it, but it's mostly I know I'm gonna be doing something. I can work. I can still listen and semi-watch or whatever. Chilling in the living room sometimes, or like laying around. I may do Japanese. If it's a movie, I'll probably do Japanese for a movie.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I treat it like a regular movie. I'm gonna watch it the whole way through in one shot.
Yeah, I feel that.
And that surprises me when it comes to and also it's kind of out of your hands, our hands too. because when we go to the movie to see these anime movies, like we got no choice. So I just
Mm.
do it that way. Just
Yeah,
watch the movies in Japanese.
I watch superhero Broly in Japanese, and that's the only way I can really watch it now. Because I watched that in the theater, and that shit fucking hit. I watched that one, Broly, and the other one after that, Superhero. Watched them both in the theater, and I watched them both in Japanese, and they were.
Nice.
That's the only way I could really watch them. Like the English isn't bad because, like I said, it's the same voice actors, but just seeing, especially that Broly fight in the
Oh, bro.
theaters in Japanese, like that's one thing. I'd have to put them side by side, the Japanese Goku and the dude who does the American version. I don't know who can scream better, but they both got it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
This is gonna be an easy one. Like I said, I put a couple easy ones up there. Marvel versus DC.
Oh.
And if you can't choose, I know it's a versus. For this one category, you're allowed to be like Image. Okay.
Now, are you saying comics or anything? Marvel, DC.
Let's do both. Let's do cinematic universe, including the DC animation.
Ooh.
And
I'm about to say, but Marvel don't really have animation like
that's
that's
what I'm
DC
saying.
all
So
the way.
that's why we gotta let DC have that as part of that overall.
Got you.
They got
Okay.
their
They didn't
movies
have
and they got their animation. And then we're gonna do comics,
Mhm.
and then their cinematic universes.
Ooh,
So
that's
let's
a
do
tough
comics
one.
first.
That's
Comics.
tough.
I'm still gonna go DC.
Okay.
Okay. Just
God.
because
Who are your main points from there? Just curious.
my main points from DC are all of Jack Kirby's new guys. To be honest with you, um, Batman, of course, Static Shock, Flash. He's probably my number 2 favorite superhero.
Okay. Big.
Yeah. I love Justice League. Especially like Justice Society and stuff like that, like the different like team ups and things like that. But the biggest thing that gets me about DC is that it's more grounded
Mm.
and the
Grounded?
fight. But
I don't know
well,
about grounded.
You mean
it's more
The
grounded
stories
between
are the
the fight
stories.
between like the superheroes and the government and stuff like that. It
Oh,
feels
okay.
more
Gotcha.
realistic. It doesn't feel as like cartoony,
Hmm.
okay?
like
Okay.
because Amanda Waller is a terrifying evil bitch. Fucking
It really is.
inner gang is a problem that the government knows about, and yet they're still sitting in Metropolis, fucking bedeviling Superman and the Suicide Slums his day. Like you got the whole Cadmus thing. You have uh General Lane
Okay.
and fucking Wade Island, like versus
Okay.
on the Marvel side, you have Senator Kelly. Like it's cool. Like Boulevard Trash, Senator Kelly, all of them, they're dope. But like it
You like DC's comic story better?
yeah.
Um,
Rico,
I'm gonna go Marvel. Well, Rico, you want to go?
Oh no, it don't matter to me. I don't know if I could pick one over the other. Spider-Man's probably my top hero that I can think of right now,
that's
but I
fair.
enjoy a lot of more DC story. Oh, that's tough. Damn, that's a tough one because I like specific stories from both. Like I love the Civil War one story. I just enjoy overall enjoy Spider-Man. I wasn't really a I didn't really know too much about the Avengers prior to the movies. I used to love Iron Man back in the day, but at the same time, some of my favorite stories are in DC. Obviously, Red Hood is one of my favorites. Favorite characters, Nightwing. Um, just his arc from Robin to Nightwing in general. Obviously,
Yeah.
Batman. I think when it comes to Elseworlds, DC's got that. Like their Elseworlds are some of my favorite stories. I This is another reason why I want to do that podcast because I probably read more DC than I have Marvel outside of Spider Man. Um, and Iron Man.
I'm telling you
But I
right
want
now, absolute Batman.
right, exactly. But I want to get more. But I haven't read anything in a long time. But I want to get more into it. So as far as comics, I would say DC, just because I've read more of those stories and I know more of those stories.
Okay. Mine is Marvel. I'm a Spider-Man, love of
Mhm.
X-Men. Growing up,
Oh shit!
wait,
How did I forget about X-Men?
waiting, waiting for my mutant powers to pop up at any day now. Those are the stories I was exposed to.
Yeah,
I,
that's I completely forgot about X-Men.
and so you guys did almost have me changing my story but when I think passionate stories, when I think um again, what I was supposed to compare any of the DC I was exposed to was Batman going through it, the dark.
That's true.
It,
DC characters go through it a lot more, and they
it
don't always come up. It doesn't always end well for them for DC.
nope. Man,
There are a
and
lot more anti-hero characters too.
Yeah, and they're a bit more depressing.
Yep.
Yep. So I can see that. Yeah, you're right. If you want to brighten your day, don't read nothing DC.
Mm-mm.
yeah, so I always considered it like more adult, and at the time, I didn't feel I was that. I'm going to be biased when it comes to the movie, cinematic universe, because I've seen more Marvel stuff
Of
than
course, of
DC.
course.
But I will say the, the every single DC animated movie that you guys have recommended me and I saw have been top notch, and you can ultimately see why DC decided to forego spending all this money on special effects and fucking actors and starting that way and say, let's just animate it the best way we fucking can. Because damn, if reading a few fucking Nightwing and Batman comics make you a fan, watching that shit in fluid movement is amazing, and it's always done in a great job. And because you can tell that they hold their movies up to a certain standard. So that's why I was like, you gotta, they might not be pushing out, in game and shit like that, but we can stack 2 and 3 of their animation against one of theirs easy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they push at least, I would say, two animated movies out a year or so.
Yeah.
And then the shows is always, well, probably not recently, but there was always some kind of show being
Yeah.
Young Justice or something like that for a while. So
Yeah. Piggyback off of what Saint said, my choice in that is the same thing. Like, I don't get me wrong, Marvel is leading in superhero movies. That, like, if don't let anybody else tell you wrong. Like, they got the handle on the shit. They did the shit first, and they do it the best. It just kind of sucks that their later stuff doesn't hit the mark like it used to.
yeah.
But I don't get into that. But DC, like, if you didn't include the animation, they had no dog in this fight. But with the animation, they blow Marvel out of the water because they were formative in literally everybody's years. And unlike Marvel, where it's the kids exposed to the MCU and whatnot, they're getting something tailored to all audiences. Whereas when we got Bruce, Tim, and Paul Dini's Batman and Superman animated series, they were coming from the realm of like comic book writers and artists who were literally translating from the print to the screen, and you can tell it in the same way, like the way they treated the animation, the people that they got to recruit for like voice talent. We always throw these names around: Sam Register, Andrea Romano, Dwayne McDuffie, Glenn Murakami, like especially Andrea Romano, like for recruiting these voice actors, like they spared no expense and they always delivered. Batman, Sub-Zero, freaking
Oh, you talking about that movie? Yeah,
Mask of
that
the
movie.
Phantasm,
Yep.
World's Finest,
Yep.
like Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, like just talking about the Teen Titans show, period.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, the
they
Teen
had
Titans show. Yeah.
They had Batman animated series. They had the Justice League. Hell, the Justice League pick a iteration for that, going back to
Dude,
Hanna-Barbera and
I'm not
limited
gonna lie
animation.
to you. When y'all for a while when y'all were talking about it, because I'm googling out on the side because I'm like, man, I only thought there was one, and
Nah,
then hearing y'all talk about the 6 or 7 different ones, I'm like, damn,
Wait,
like
one
one
what? Which one are you talking about?
different iterations of like the Justice League, a
Oh
different
yeah,
iteration of like.
yeah. There's
during the Hanna-Barbera era alone, I think there were like 5 iterations, and I might be lowballing that, but I know there were at least 4.
Are you
And
talking
they
about
were
like
like,
Super Friends era? You talking
yeah,
about that era? Oh, okay, got you. Yeah.
yeah, there were different iterations of that because they were like
Yeah.
slightly different teams and stuff like that. They would have
Mm-hmm.
Apache Chief on one.
Yeah, or like the Wonder Twins or something like
Yeah.
that.
And there was like Legion of Doom versus
Yep.
the Super Friends. Yeah. But
Yep.
like they have had a history for a long time of excellence in animation.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think
the only
Marvel had a good run too. I mean, you Spider-Man, X-Men. Actually, those two are the only ones I can think of. The
yeah,
Iron Man, they had a good run of animation, but I don't think it was anywhere near
the only time they
DC's.
had a boom in animation was during that time when Marvel had that deal with a couple
Fox.
anime companies,
Yeah. Oh, okay,
and
got
they
you.
did the Marvel anime, and I think only
I didn't even know
of
about
out of
Oh,
that.
you
all
talking
The
of
about
those,
that?
last
You talking about
one,
that Fantastic Four, Blade, Wolverine? You talking about those
yes,
anime? Oh, okay, yeah. Those weren't bad.
I didn't know
Those
he
weren't
even
those.
know about those. I stopped paying attention to them
Those are
after the
good.
Nano Spider-Man.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the quote
Way
unquote
back.
sequel to that was a quote unquote sequel to Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, you talking about
Um,
Spider-Man Unlimited?
yeah, that's what he's talking about. Uh-huh.
Okay, that was
Aren't
one
we
of my
supposed to
favorites.
be getting a Spider-Man comic in the same style as X-Men 97? Or was that just like a rumor we had heard?
I think that was a rumor how good the first one did. They say y'all might as well bring Spider-Man back, but you know,
Oh
I
no,
Uh,
think
that's confirmed. We're getting a sequel or a continuation. Sorry. Yeah, it's
oh,
like
okay.
and it's not the
Spider-Man.
one. It's not the one that we have now. The
No,
friendly
no.
No,
neighborhood.
I think it's a continuation of that Spider-Man
What?
show.
Okay. Put
Now
a
they're
pin
gonna
in
pick.
this. Put
Are
a
they gonna
pin in this.
continue from? Okay, okay, yeah, because that'd be a whole nother episode.
I put a pin in this. Saint, make a note of this, please. Rico, also make a note of this. I
Mm.
need to hear what the fuck you have to say about the Amazing Spider-Man because you sounded like you didn't like that.
No, I didn't like Spider-Man
Saint,
Unlimited.
no, Saint. You say you didn't
Oh,
like Friendly
Yeah, you
Neighborhood
better
Spider-Man.
choose your words carefully, Saint. Oh, some
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
friendly neighbor. Oh, sorry. Yeah, friendly neighborhood Spider.
Oh, you talking
What's
about the old school shit? Okay.
No, I'm talking about the new one on Disney.
Yeah, you sound like
Oh,
you
you
didn't
talking
like
about the?
that. I need to know the tea on that, but that's
I
later.
didn't give it. I didn't give it a watch. It got the voice
Is that
actor.
the one is that the one that I heard people liked, but they
Oh,
like?
I've heard it. I heard it was good, but the voice actor got on the internet saying weird stuff,
Oh,
and I just didn't want to support it, and so I never watched
typical.
it.
Yes,
word. Okay.
Twitter. I didn't know about that one.
And all I
But
saw were the memes. But my statement was, as far as I know, it went from Nano, a Spider-Man Unlimited to that one. And
that
so,
was
but
not
I
linked.
was thinking
I
we're
don't think that was
getting.
linked at all.
No.
I'm thinking we're getting. I was hoping we're getting the, done in the same time, like you said, that animated Spider-Man.
Yeah, we're getting it
With the
animated like
Bell and the Venom and the symbiote.
Yep.
That's the one I want to see.
Yeah, and they need to
with Mary
continue
Jane
it
used to call
too.
them tigers
Well,
and shit.
he did pop up in X-Men 97.
That's why I was saying. That's why I thought that
Yeah,
was
that's
the.
true. Yeah, I forgot he popped up in X-Men 97. Yeah.
I wonder when we get X-Men 97.
Shit, animation and that animation look like it takes double long. Like it takes roughly 2 years for a season for animation.
Mm-hmm.
That one, if they started, when 97 dropped, what was that last year? We might
Yeah.
not even hear about it until next year, and then it might
Yeah,
even
that's
come out
that
until
2026. Ooh,
yeah,
currently stalls. Ooh, I don't like it. Let me stop looking for stuff hurt my feelings.
I know, right? Well, I did see
Golly.
something today. They're supposed to be rocking what is the suit with the giant X on it? I forgot to run
Oh
the X
yeah, the
run.
bomber jackets. I
Yeah,
saw
didn't you put that in the thing? Did you put that
yeah,
in there? Yeah.
they're
Okay.
rocking the big X bomber jackets.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I saw this dude respond to that tweet. He was like, "Oh, I missed the days when they didn't wear matching outfits." I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, "Damn, dude!" Like,
First of
I
all,
mean,
shut up. They all wore matching outfits.
not necessarily the exact same outfit, but
yeah,
they always
but
had the
like,
same color scheme. They always
Yeah,
had the same color scheme.
the fuck.
and that's when I realized I was like, "Damn, some people just
They
talk the
they
talk."
just exactly. That's my thing with we had that fandom episode. I don't want to
Uh-huh.
rehash it, but it's
Oh yeah, they whole ass.
just what do you want? It's always that one guy. Anyways, versus.
Last of Us zombies versus
Yeah, Dying Light zombies.
Dying Light zombies.
I haven't played the
Well,
last one. I've
Oh,
only watched the show, but
oh,
what I've
so
what's the difference? They both suck.
well, the Dying Light
You know
zombies
what?
are
I do it.
virus.
I already know which one I'm picking. So I'll let y'all go.
I am going to go Dying Light zombies. I feel like, and even in the Last of Us universe, the cordyceps, while still dangerous, ultimately started to weed itself out a little bit outside of being infected. At the same time, outside of clickers, stalkers, and the big old ones that you just, if you depending on your day, you just stay the fuck away from big basements because that's where you know they are because those big ones ain't walking through the street. I think they're less threatening than Dying Light zombies for sheer numbers, and some of them, a lot of the motherfuckers climb.
Yep,
That's what Dying
that
Light.
was gonna be my point. I played the games. The whole point of the game is parkouring. That's how you get around.
Yep.
Now the zombies can't do a lot of the parkour, but they can climb.
Yeah,
Straight
You
up.
can straight up
Some
onto a
of
building.
they do have some, but yeah, some of them
Yeah.
straight up they will climb, and
Yep.
it almost gives you the thing because you imagine. So I think we can all agree that when it comes to zombies, a zombie's physical, unless the virus enhances like whatever in your
Strength.
brain that stops you from pushing yourself past whatever the fuck because
Yeah.
you don't care.
Removes
But
your limits and stuff.
limiters, yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. So we can agree that the zombie is only as capable as its former human body was, but when it comes to chasing after them, we've seen in the way things push through fences and walls and stuff like that, that climbing in a sense is only just reaching up and grabbing to get to where you need to go.
Yep.
So and if they can do that on the ground, pulling towards you, then they can do it scaling.
Uh-huh.
Wait. Did the cordyceps once climb too?
No, they just
Mob you, right?
they
They
don't
just
yeah
shit.
they don't really like if they would probably climb, like if there was a bunch of them against a door, they would probably climb over one
yeah.
to get to you, but a physical climb up a wall, no, I don't think they do
So
that.
they
Not
are more mindless, I feel like, than a zombie because they just kind of reactionary, and a
Yeah. They're
zombie is
true.
just like
Yeah.
it's go go go.
they're like fast shamblers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's me.
Yeah. No, I agree. That was my point too. They can climb, and
Yeah.
there's more variety. Or are there?
No, at least from what I've seen, there's definitely more variety in the Dying Light.
Yeah.
Especially if you play the DLC because you got the fucking spitters, you got the motherfuckers
Yeah.
that blow up, you got the
Yep.
children that cry,
Yep.
you got the weird tracker ones that like they run
Yep.
away from you and shit like that, and
And
then
the
you
ones
got
that come, those ones that come out at night, the freaks that
yeah,
come out at night.
them motherfuckers,
Yeah.
the brutes. Then you had like the super brutes,
Yep.
like the ones in the what was that, the community or whatever that DLC was called. I
Uh-huh.
can't remember the name of it.
There's a shit ton, and the cordyceps has maybe 10 variants.
Yeah, they got bloaters, your standard ones. Then you got the clicker ones that can't see, but they'll fuck you up if they hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The little kid one. Um,
stalkers,
yep, stalkers.
the regular old chasey ones, clickers. which are the more
Yes.
powerful, sound.
Yeah, but they can't see. They just hear you. And then I guess just the environment of Last of Us is more dangerous because of the spores
Yeah.
aspect of it. And I like in the show you can always see spores in the air, but in real life you wouldn't see them. You would just be
No,
in
you
that
wouldn't see
shit. Yeah, you just be in that like.
That's what made me nervous because in the game when you first came through it, I think I mentioned it to discuss when we were watching.
Uh-huh.
You go through the spore place, so spores are what they are. They float through the air, so you're covered in the shit.
Yeah, and they just
And
take the mask off.
as soon as they get out, they just take the
Yes.
mask right off. As
You
far
ever
as I'm
get
concerned,
you ever
just
get
take it
pollen
in your
on you
face.
on your
Yeah.
That's
shirt?
exactly
That
what I
shit
think
is
of.
that pollen is on your shirt until you wash that shirt. I don't care how much brushing you do. That pollen is on you.
So you mean to tell me you put on your gas mask, y'all were in there for a substantial amount of time. You climb out, and before even clearing the door, most times you're taking the mask off, and all I'm thinking in my head is the mask comes up, those spores are falling into your fucking face.
Yep.
Or then
100%.
you're putting shit in your pack, and those spores are flying off of you. But I guess it's do they die outside of the vicinity or?
That's sunlight could kill them because you always see the spores inside. So I mean, that could be a possibility. But I don't think it
Okay.
would be that fucking fast.
Yeah, it would be more of keep your mask on until
We get to some water or something. Like we hit a river up or some shit. I don't know.
But plot, that's
I would have
Exactly.
I would have said that the Last of Us zombies was scarier just because of the method of delivery.
Yeah,
But
yeah. That's
they
saying
were
that.
already they were already working on a cure though.
Oh,
In
so
the
you
game.
don't think it would have if the doctor didn't get blasted? Spoiler
Yeah,
alert. You think they would have found one eventually?
they'd have dealt with it. Whereas like
Gotcha.
the Dying Light zombies, they
Well,
were
they have
just
a vaccine. They have a vaccine in Dying Light, which doesn't. I mean, and they were working on the
it
cure on
staves
that
it
too.
off. Yeah.
yeah, it
They were
staves it
working
off.
on the. No,
It
no.
doesn't
There was a
cure.
doctor in Dying Light that was working on the cure. Remember in the first one, the black dude, he got killed.
Yeah,
So
that's what, yeah. Like they were working on the
damn,
cure.
there'll be a doctor in either one of these universes. Shit.
Dude.
I was about to say exactly. But with the Dying Light one in particular, he didn't have the resources
Right. Exactly.
like the other ones, like the fucking the Firefly doctors did.
Right. Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
it was still a long. It both of them were kind of a long shot, but I feel like in particular in his situation, at the Dying Light, his situation was a lot more dangerous because those zombies like are just fucking everywhere. They can go into where you're at. Whereas like
Right.
in
Yeah,
Dying
but
Light, you can kind of if you stay away from like places where funguses fucking grow, like you might be all right.
I'd just be in the middle of a building. Actually, no.
Listen,
But like
I
Dying Light,
would love to be in the country then.
Exactly. But
Where Dying Light or Lost Last of Us?
Last of Us country.
Yeah.
Dying Light, not because that's a
I
horror.
don't know because I think country. I think mold. I think there's more. I think
You
in the
gotta stay in
well, when I think
Yeah.
country, I'm thinking like old built. Well, everything's kind of dilapidated in that time, but
the thing is though, the zombie virus, at least the cordyceps, latches on to humans. In a country setting, you would have to worry about less population. So there would be less centers for the thing to latch on
oh, I see. Right.
versus
You
in
don't
urban
you have to
areas.
worry about
how much
yourself.
of Last of Us season 2 have you seen? Couple
Me?
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know the game, so I mean,
Okay, so
yeah.
so one of the things that they did in the show that I thought was really fucking good and done
Spoiler
really
alert.
Spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
alert.
It's the same as the game if you play the game. The town is attacked in the game as well. But what they did in the show it's something that they explained in the game that they didn't really talk about much in the show, at least that I remember enough to say that I didn't see it, is how connected all of those funguses are.
What do you mean?
So in the Last of Us show, they found out that there's no water running or whatever, so they bust up these pipes in the town, inside of the town are some cordyceps vines. And
Oh.
so what happens is, just like in the game, Abby is chased by a horde as well, and that's when she meets Joel. But in the show, the guy is banging away on this fucking pipe, and as soon as he clears it, and the cordyceps, thing has a thing to reach out and sense, it shows a scene where the all of the zombies turn and start
Oh, so
heading.
it's like a hive. So it's like a hive mind thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
in the game, they talk about it. They talk about watch what you step, blah blah blah. That's how they know where you are. But in the show, they show like a whole horde just turning and heading towards where they sense people. And so
that's horrifying.
Remembering that does lead a whole new level of threat to
that. That's just if you fuck with like a cluster of the cordyceps, right? It's not like
yeah, that is true. That's true. So I can imagine. Wow, yeah, that's just like a cluster. If you close off a town fast enough, like that shit's not growing underneath your shit like that. I know that was plot, but you don't set up in downtown Seattle that's been infested for 20 years thinking you're gonna make a life out of the bank building when there's spore steps around.
Right, and you don't know what's growing on. Like the things that kept like janitors and people that keep this stuff from growing, that's gone. So this shit just going rampant.
So I do feel, the further you're away from that, it's fine. But at the same time, Mother Earth Gaia, she want to get rid of you. She'll find a way. She'll send a spore, fucking 100 miles, and step outside your front porch, think you're safe, and
now what trumps all of them is 28 Days Later zombies. I don't give a fuck.
The rage,
the rage. Yeah, they climb, they jump, they sprint, they fight, I
see your rage virus, and I raise you the World War Z.
No, reason why I say rage virus is just how quick you turn. You turn
super quick in Z.
Not that fast. So think about the first 28 Days Later. Remember that crow that ate a zombie? A drop of blood fell off that shit into the guy's eye before he even realized it hit his eye. He was damn near turned.
Yeah.
Now,
no, you're right.
World War Z is quick, but I don't think
it's a couple minutes. It's
right.
It's not that
right.
fast,
exactly. Because in that one, remember that girl got bit on her arm, and he had enough time to look at her and then cut her shit off. But she had, she didn't turn. But 28 Days Later, I think
that crow scene, that I remember that specifically. Oh my god,
right.
yeah.
And then the rage ones, they would beat themselves to broken bones and shit. And get to, didn't they?
That's what you're talking about when all limiters are taken off the human body. Mm-hmm. That's what that is. You're this pure adrenaline, the stuff that keeps you from breaking yourself up from running fast. That's gone, and pain is gone. They're not. I mean, I guess they're not technically zombies, but they're just fucking horrifying.
That was the name of the ones in Dying Light that could like
parkour. Yeah, that could park. Yeah, the volatiles. Yep. But every time I talk, I know zombies. Just 28 Days Later, like, ugh, zombies are the worst. That second one's first scene, huh?
We still missing the top one.
What's that?
The variations, infection, like Resident Evil, bro.
I was just about to say Resident. I forgot about Resident Evil. God, yeah, just the sheer just variety alone.
That shit is undefeated, bro.
And then animals. That's another one. That's one thing Resident Evil zombies or virus does that the other ones don't is animals.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, in the real world, Florida is cooked. Fleas, mosquitoes, gnats. Like,
yes.
Are you talking about passing it?
Transmission. Yep.
Because if it happens, you're right. Oh yeah, it's over. It's over. You might as well just go ahead and nuke Florida, or during the rain, during whatever. Pick a rainy season.
I mean, Florida only gets 20 minutes of winter, so we won't even.
Yeah.
You can't even use that
You know what? Just go ahead and nuke Louisiana, Florida,
anywhere hot. Parts of
Georgia,
Texas.
Alabama. Texas, you good
Yeah.
because you're more arid out there, so you don't have
True.
yeah.
True. Yeah.
But in the
Yeah.
deep south where it's like wet and hot, leave it alone.
Yep.
Just nuke
Yep. Yep. That's a good one.
Oh, this is a good one. Digimon versus Pokemon.
Oh, Digimon all day.
Wow,
Digimon
that was
prefer-
quick.
I prefer
Yeah,
Digimon as well. As far as I only know shows, I don't really know anything else besides that. And Digimon for me, I just enjoyed that show more.
So
Digimon is just laughably overpowered.
I'm gonna say I only watched a couple of the Pokemon when it was big when it first started.
Yeah.
Then I was more of a movies person. I do feel like the Digimon
It's more
showed
interesting.
more interesting and dealt with like some more like real shit. Ash was just running,
Mhm.
chilling, and sticking his nose in people's business.
And
Like these
dog-
kids were fucking fighting for their life.
Hey, you want to fight? What? No, I'm eating.
Bro,
Yeah,
eating
like,
breakfast.
Can I finish my coffee? He kicking his table. His friend Brock is kicking the table over, trying to get to a woman next to him and shit. Like, that's what you gotta
He
deal
definitely
with.
be locked up. He definitely locked up now.
And then Digimon, they facing world crisis
Yeah.
every day.
Yep.
It became real when Myotismon, because up until that point we had one movie where the Digimon came to the real world, and that was almost a fever dream because it wasn't the same as the TV show. But then that second season when Myotismon shows up, and this nigga pulls up smooth in an old carriage with bat motifs everywhere, picks up a real human woman, and fucking does the vampire thing, and just drives off. And I'm like,
Spell that. Oh,
okay, Myotismon. Oh yeah.
That's not it.
But yeah, like they dealt with crazy stuff on the regular. Like you had like their Digimon, not the villainous Digimon, but like some of their Digimon could just atomize shit.
Oh yeah. What was the one that turned into the angel?
Oh, that was Patamon. That was
yes.
TK's fucking Digimon.
Yeah, TK. Like I only remember watching maybe the first couple seasons.
Tasman, that was a grown man.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Oh man! As soon as I saw him, I said, "Yeah, I remember this grown ass man."
How do you spell it? I don't know how to spell it.
MYO.
I was completely wrong.
Yeah. Oh,
I guess yeah, this is a cosplaying dude.
Yeah.
He looks dumb. I know. I don't remember him.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember him at all.
Menace, bro. Oh my god. The Digidestin couldn't do nothing with.
Yeah, this was a guy. I remember being a kid, being like, "Why he bullying these kids, man?"
Bro,
like,
you are a grown man, sir. Don't you got to go to work?
Why are you kicking my dog, bro? Like,
so if I remember correctly, the Digimon found the kids, right? It wasn't like they kidnapped them while they was eating a bush.
No. They went to digital world and eventually found all of them and shit like that. Yeah, they got like detectors sent to them and shit. It was crazy.
But I mean, they weren't like captured, is what I mean. Like Pokemon are. Okay.
No.
You're gonna be my fucking friend.
Because they're friends and they talk to them and shit. Like the Digimon showed them.
Yeah, and they talk to them. They treat them like friends, unlike
like real people. Yeah,
Ash sticking his head around corners and shit, and you think
gonna beat you until you, my friend.
you milking your fucking Cowmon and shit, and here come Ash fucking zapping it with Pikachu because he don't got that. He don't got that with his fucking thing. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? In that situation, not to make this weird, it just hit my brain, and I gotta share this with my friends. What's crazy is it seems like Pikachu is the one that's institutionalized, and now
he really is
that Ash can catch all the rest of these. Pikachu really is the overseer.
He really is. He's a pit bull.
He's a house Pokemon.
Yeah.
House Pokemon.
You other Pokemon go get in line.
Yep.
For massacre.
Don't make me zap you again.
Like that. What was the name of the gorilla from Donkey from motherfucking Planet of the Apes?
Was he the house monkey?
Yeah, you remember Donkey? Donkey was the one that was carrying all the ammo and stuff like that. The big
Planet.
the
Oh,
big
and the one we watched.
He was the
okay.
gorilla. Yeah, the gorilla.
Got you. Yes. Okay. Got you. And
Yeah.
I will say, Pikachu's like, you ain't put me in that ball. I don't care what you do. I ain't going in there. Because didn't he do it once and Pikachu didn't talk to his ass for like a freaking a while?
He was like, listen, I'll help you oppress these other motherfuckers, but we agreed never to me. Never put me in that ball.
To me, Ash, to me,
I thought we was boys.
Yeah. But no, Digimon wasn't having that shit. I wish you would come up on Agumon with a fucking ball.
I always like that rabbit with the Gatling gun hands. That was my favorite one.
Bro, fucking Terriermon was a
that was my favorite one. Bro. He's like, all right, put me in something you want to. I'll air this bitch out. I'll light your bedroom up. Now you got to talk to your mom. Ask her why there's bullet holes everywhere.
Hey, Saint, look up Impmon real quick.
I remember that name.
Yeah,
I remember that name.
He was from that same anime. He turns to that dude standing next to Myotismon right there with the mask and shit.
Oh, he turns into that cool dude?
Yeah, that's Beelzemon.
Oh, he's better off as that. So that grown ass man.
I always thought that,
y'all kill me. That's a man.
That is a dude messing with these little kids. Why are you messing with these kids and their pets?
Fucking bully. I remember this guy fucking with them too. Always getting beat up every episode.
I don't like Pokemon for a specific reason. When I had a job at AMC, and it's the one that y'all go to, and I worked there when the very first Pokemon movie came out. I tell you, I never hated a movie more because I worked a concession stand, and they had these little what do you call it, like packs or whatever for the movie. It was like promotional thing. It was like nachos, like cheese, but it was in this special little thing, this Pokemon thing. These kids was acting like I was giving money away, and it's like parents was like arguing that I couldn't give, like, because we had to limit it to like a couple per like parent. Even if you had a bunch of kids, only 2 of them are getting it. They're gonna have to figure it out. And it was like parents arguing over it. It's a piece of cardboard. It wasn't even like a plastic bucket like they are now. It was a piece of cardboard with some Pokemon shit on it. And parents was arguing over this. I'm like,
they don't even know. They still would have got the same thing in a regular snack box.
Exactly. It's not even what was in it. It was just because it had. And I was like, y'all don't even know where that shit is now. You probably lost it before you even got home after watching that fucking movie.
Yeah, you already know.
But yeah, I hate that fucking movie. But yeah, so yeah, Digimon for me. Even though I haven't watched either one of them in 30 years.
Also, for those not in the know, i.e. Saint and Ricochet, they have Digimon later on in iterations that just straight up turn into gun. Look up Gundramon.
They didn't even try with the name no more. Just
Gundramon.
Mm-hmm.
Dracomon.
You fucking lying.
With oh my god! Oh,
yeah.
I know you fucking lying.
What is Pikachu gonna do against that? What is Pikachu actually going to fucking do?
Oh my!
Yeah, bro. Fucking that's. Yeah.
So what does his base form look like?
I don't even remember, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it gets wild. Like,
holy shit!
The game is not quite like.
Click on that one, third from the top. That one looks like all the forms. Oh, never mind. I thought it was something else. Okay, never mind. Yeah, what?
It got
how did they upgrade? I forgot how. Like, what made them change?
They just digivolve. Once they get enough, gain enough data, or in the Digidestins, they meet like certain requirements with their partner and shit. Because the Digidestin had little crests and whatnot, and they would get all emotional and.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember someone crying all the time.
Yep, that was probably Kari.
Yeah,
Kari and TK.
Yeah, it's probably. I think I remember TK crying all the way. I was like, what was the main kid's? His turned into a T-Rex with a thing on his head. I always liked that one too.
Yup. You talking about Tai and Agumon?
Yeah, Agumon. That's it.
Metal Greymon. Rat.
This guy. Yeah.
That's the one I watched. Yep.
My favorite was the little fucking cactus, bro.
What did he turn
Togemon.
into? Yeah.
Palmon, she turned into this big cactus with boxing gloves on, and she would put hands to God.
Hands, hands, man.
Look up.
I remember
Togemon.
that one. Yep. Oh yeah,
T-
I remember that one.
Toge.
Huh?
Toge.
He's telling you to type that.
This
Oh.
one.
Oh
Oh.
no. That's
looks
some fan art.
That looks that
There
looks
you
creepy.
go.
Oh, that one right there. Yep.
Yep.
Damn, try to punch it back if you want to.
All right. Run the ones.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they got. Yeah, that's all they did. Fucking illusions and shit is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
What is Pikachu gonna do against Gundramon? Is all I'm saying.
Get shot.
wait, what is the verse gonna do against Gunjimon?
Oh,
Golly.
that's not
I
even a
love they
crazy
were.
one.
I love they were old guns too, like revolvers. And
Yeah,
shit.
a revolver at the
Yeah.
top. I saw all the like lasers and shit, and then right at the top was the revolver.
Just revolver.
You thinking it's
And
gonna
at
be like a
first I was
Glock
like, yeah,
17
this
or
gotta
some
be
shit
a
like
Yeah.
that?
fan shit, but
No,
no,
he got a 38 special for every last one of y'all.
Old Dirty Harry over here, fucking.
Bro, that's
Oh,
not even the
shit.
craziest shit. They got other ones like dragons and like half angel, half demons. That
Oh
can,
yeah, I
like,
remember the half angels
rewrite
ones. At least that
rewrite
makes
history and
that
and
that makes more sense than Gundramon. That was
Yeah.
somebody who was bored.
I think the strongest Pokemon in that universe is the Deoxys or whatever. Or, yeah, Deoxys who like
They're those
made the
big-
universe.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that looks like the fucking DNA helix in a plane put together.
Oh, got you. I've seen
Yeah.
that one.
But like they got whole ass gods and like the whole pantheon. They have like multiple pantheons of like gods and stuff like that in Digimon. It gets unfairly stupid.
Yeah.
this is a good one.
Those some tough ones out.
Superman
Yeah.
versus Omni-Man.
Superman all day.
Superman all day. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not.
That was fast. Okay.
Yeah, Superman all day.
The original one, it was Goku versus Superman.
Oh
Oh,
no,
yeah, you can go all day with that.
That's still Superman.
I mean, it is still
unfortunately.
Superman. You can go all day with that, but I
Yeah.
mean, because it's still Superman though. I mean, I think Death Battle, they've done the most research on it.
Yeah.
Now you can agree or disagree with their decision, but they probably put more research than anybody else has into it.
Yeah.
And they attempt to quantify their power levels, which is unquantifiable, but they still try, and people still are gonna disagree. And I like them both, but it's always gonna be Superman.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I don't trust them on, like their Sam Fisher versus Solid Snake one was kind of very much skewed.
Yeah,
but,
that was a good fight though. Yeah, but
yeah.
Who won
But
that
on
one?
this Solid Snake, crazy.
Solid Snake, and it's mostly because of he's got the nanotech shit in him.
Yeah.
And he is. I don't know much about Sam Fisher as much as I do about Snake, and I don't even know that much about Snake. So
the bad thing about it is that in that particular death battle, when they talked about all his feats for Solid Snake, they gave him Big Boss's feats.
I was about to say they gave him Big Boss's stuff. I do remember people complaining about that.
Yeah. And I'm like, he doesn't know CQC like that because he specifically didn't like it because that was what the boss used.
Mm-hmm.
He got more proficient later on, but he neglected that for most of his time as a soldier because of that. And a lot of the feats that Big Boss did were just like feats of sheer will and stuff like that. Like I give him props for walking or like.
Now, what if they would have used Old Snake instead of that version of Snake?
Old Snake still would have won that just because Ishmael thought he was Snake.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we saw how it played out in the game. You couldn't tell, who it was. Like Big Boss versus Sam Fisher, absolutely all day. He is.
Oh yeah.
But
right.
like Solid Snake is like one of his greatest claims to fame is like beating up Metal Gears and like killing a tank with a fucking grenade. But
I mean, that's not nothing.
Yeah, no, but like what it is like at the same time, Sam Fisher's done similar things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And Sam Fisher, but the one defining feature is the fact that like Sam Fisher didn't have to fight crazy ass super soldiers like the old Foxhound unit.
Yeah, and psychics and fucking floating babies and Whatever
Yeah,
the fuck.
that's the
AI.
only thing. Like I don't know what you're gonna do against like Crying Wolf or
Who's the
what would
one on the dude on fire? Oh, I don't know if that's Solid Snake
oh
talking.
you're talking
But
about the Burning Man. That's Vulcan.
yeah, yeah, that's
That's just reanimated Vulcan.
got you.
But
And
I was thinking of
reincarnated Otacon, not Otacon, Revolver Ocelot because he was on fucking Liquid's arm and shit. I'm like, yeah.
bro, yeah.
Yeah, Sam Fisher like, what the hell? What's going on in your universe?
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Which
What else
I
you
was
got?
thinking of the Guns of the Patriots girls. What are their names, Saint?
Who you talking about?
The Guns of the exper-
Lalulelo?
No, that's the
Oh,
Patriots. The
I just like
and
saying, I like saying it.
no,
Lalulelo.
we're not talking about George's legacy. We're talking about the girls that they tried to condition to be like the old Foxhound unit from
Yeah, I got it
Guns of the
right
Patriots.
now.
It's like Crying Wolf and like something Octopus and Mantis had one too, I want to say.
Oh,
Hold on. It is said right here. Laughing Octopus, Raging Raven, Crying Wolf, and Screaming Mantis.
Screaming Mantis. That bitch was insane. I loved her. Oh my god. They do such good work with those characters. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on tangent.
No, you're fine.
Fucking love another character.
come on. We said throw a hard one at us, Saint. You ain't
Okay,
done
yeah.
it yet. Come on now,
Okay,
man.
hard. All right.
How many you got?
I made a random list.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as you got some.
Test him. This is content. Do not test him.
Oh, I'm not testing him. I just want to make sure he go throw some tough ones at us.
Let's see.
We'll cut out the dead air.
Yeah, well, yeah.
About to say I got one.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Cynthia Rothrock versus Ripley.
Where's Cynthia from?
What's the situation?
What's Cynthia from first?
She old martial arts chick from back in the day. And we're talking like Jackie Chan prime. I won't say prime, but early Jackie Chan.
Think Police Story era.
Yeah, Police Story. Yeah, that era.
Oh, I think I saw maybe a clip.
We watched a clip probably a few episodes ago. Yeah, what's the situation though? Because if we're talking about a straight up fight, Cynthia Rothrock will kick Ripley's ass. I'm sorry, Ripley.
This is what we watched. A
running battle through the space station. Who wins this?
Are there aliens there?
There's one xenomorph.
Ooh.
They would team up. They would team up.
There's
you're right.
There's only room for one escape pod. There's not a whole lot of places to hide.
So are they against each other and the xenomorph? Just trying to get to the escape pod? Oh man.
Because in a lot of Cynthia Rothrock stuff, she's a cop or something like that. So she got the training and shit like that to shoot.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Ripley's just a trucker. She just was put in a shit. She's like McClane. She's put in a shit situation.
I mean that force.
I think Ripley's got that grit though. Ripley's got that grit. Yeah, that's a. If she had to go toe to toe with Cynthia, she might not beat her hand to hand, but she got that grit. I mean, she was protecting a kid, a fucking cat.
That's what I'm saying. That mama bear shit is real now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Is Newt there because that was a big driving force for her too.
Okay.
That's a big driving force for her.
This is one I liked.
What you got?
Time Travel versus Multiverse.
Ooh.
Which would you rather deal with?
I would rather deal with time travel.
As far as what you do in the past, like if you could go back and correct the future. Oh, I mean, I already told you what I do with time travel. So
have you ever seen Everything All at Once?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
I have not.
I need to watch it again. That movie was confusing as shit.
Okay. Only reason go ahead.
So yeah, the reason I mentioned because that movie is confusing as shit, and it's basically the way that one works is it creates timeline. It's just like the one timeline. I think didn't the one timeline change no matter what someone was doing, or they just
no. They are those timelines already existed. Okay. Yeah, they just existed. Yeah,
and Everything All at Once.
Through, yeah.
Oh, he was just going through wiping them out, and everything all. Oh, sorry. and everything all at once, any decision you make creates a new multiverse.
Gotcha.
And she had the ability to traverse them, correct?
Yeah.
Or she didn't
By
know she had the
accident.
ability.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't know she had the ability, but she did have the ability. Yeah. God, that's now. If you say multiverse, is it a situation like hers where you can traverse it even if you can't control it?
Well, let's say you could control it. Both. You have
That's
time travel
oh,
capabilities
okay.
or
Or multidimensional.
multidimensional. I
One, you know what? One is, I think that's a dangerous thing because if you have the ability to traverse different verses, you can do whatever you want
yeah.
and skip verses. That makes you a fiend. Time travel, you affect stuff. So if you go back to the past fucking with shit, you wherever you come back to, you got to deal with those repercussions. So I feel it depends on what kind of person you are. Do you want do you want to do some, you know, grimy shit and hop verses, or you don't have to do grimy shit, just live a life one way and then hop another verse and live it another way? I mean, it depends on the person.
I I think I would want to do time travel in the sense that I could control that and possibly you guys know ever seen La Brea?
No.
La Brea just it's just weird CW esque show about this family that gets transported back in time to the 10,000 BC or whatever.
Oh,
Ugh.
like La Brea Tar Pits?
Yeah, it's basically that. There's a sinkhole around the La Brea tar pits. They get sucked to the sinkhole, and everyone and everything that got sucked through that sinkhole ends up at 10,000 BC. And,
Ugh.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but
Sounds terrible.
some of the plot points, it's like people figured out when these things were happening. They have a whole society and not society. They got a whole like building built in 10,000 BC, chilling.
Huh?
And that fucks with people in the future when they find that building. Like, wait a minute.
And so, actually, I think about it now. They didn't really explain why that building wasn't anywhere in the future, but there was a plot point where, one of the people dug something and put it in a hole and left a message for someone in the future because they found it in the future after she plugged it
Oh,
in the hole. But
that's,
I would like to go back to
I wouldn't.
go back with more knowledge and then change, I guess, the
I
future.
wouldn't want to go back to 10,000 BC because there's probably God knows what kind of diseases that don't exist now that
Oh
existed
yeah,
back then.
yeah, and then I don't
And
want to be the one to
mosquitoes
not
are
know what I got.
right. And mosquitoes are big as fucking cars flying around scooping up people.
Yeah, let's go.
You
Shit.
ever saw that movie? It was an old, I think, Paul Walker
We-
movie called Timeline. So basically, they found a way to travel through time, right? It was a portal, but it was pretty much like what you said. Any step they took affected the future. So there was a scientist, and he went through this portal and disappeared, and no one ever found him. His son, which was Paul Walker, um, found the portal. He went looking for his dad. So they go through the portal, and there's like his dad had mapped this exact path through like a jungle in 10,000 BC, whatever it was, and he went with like some friends, and as they were walking, his friend like accidentally, yep, that's it, stepped off the path. Is that
well,
Gerard Butler? I didn't know he was in that.
I may have
His
seen this.
I everybody I talked to have seen parts of it because I think it might have been Gerard Butler stepped off the path and
Is that
like
something
stepped
with
on a
glasses?
yeah. He found that's what it was. They found like glasses or something in the future or whatever, and they were walking on the path. He slips and steps on like a butterfly or something, and they're like, he doesn't tell anybody. When they go back to the present, shit's fucking wild. It's like completely different because he stepped
Oh,
on that
word.
one. But yeah, so I don't know if the movie's good. I haven't seen it in God knows how long. You look how young everybody is. Shit, that might even be pre 300. Gerard Butler. Look how young Paul Walker looks. And I don't know who that third person is.
Oh yes, I remember now because spoiler alert. Yeah, wait, Sketch, you plan to watch this?
No, you good.
All right, so there's this fucking love story thing like right here. So there's this fucking whole thing with Jared Butler's character where in the beginning when they're doing this whole fucking like uncovering all this archaeological shit, they found this grave of two lovers, right?
Oh, okay. That's how. Okay.
And so what it turns out is and Gerald Butler's character comments on wanting to find love like that one day. He's the player of the group and all that shit like that. And then he meets this woman who happens to be like Joan of Arc or some shit. Or some famous lady. Not Joan of Arc, because Joan of Arc dies. But some famous like lady that's needed for the revolution or whatever. And it turns out the whole time that the couple in the fucking grave was him and her.
Was them? Okay.
Was them. But yeah, it does. His
I don't
dad.
remember that part of the movie.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. I remember it was all coming back to me now. It was a decent movie. It was a decent movie.
Yeah, I had to go back and see
now
that.
I think about it, man. Time travel. I worry about fucking up time, but I also don't want to be the guy that fucks up a multiverse. I'm like, let me just go to the next one, and then I'm that guy that some multiverse create a fucking federation to find me.
Damn, so you some Kane the Conqueror type shit. You got the Council of Reed Richards coming after you, and fucking the Illuminati, and fucking yeah, you would be that. I mean, you just unless you skip verses and just keep it low key, you know.
Yeah. So okay, all right.
I don't
know how tough that was. This is one that I thought was funny. Best sidekick. Samwise or Chewbacca?
I gotta go Samwise on that
one.
Is
that a good one?
Yeah, because they are both down for their people. For their people. They are like you gotta figure out which one went through the most, and I feel like they both went through some shit.
I'm gonna give it to Sam on this one just because I have the knowledge on this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do have the knowledge on it.
So
okay, I need
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Of the two, unfortunately, it goes down to Sam just because Sam did take up the burden of the One Ring.
True.
He became the chosen one for that small part of with mind you, this from like a meta standpoint, he became the chosen one without plot armor.
I don't think Chewbacca had plot armor. Well,
but he didn't become the chosen one though. He didn't.
Oh yeah, you're right. You know what? I will give it to Sam only because the only reason that Chewbacca went through his shit is because Han is a piece of shit. He put them in a lot of them situations. Frodo was just
trying to save the world.
You're right, exactly. So yeah, I think I'll give it to Sam as well. Sam was. Damn, they both. I take either one as my sidekick, 100%. I want a big dog with a gun. I'd probably take a dog with a gun because he can fight, and Samwise. I bet you he whipping up meals though. He can cook.
Oh, absolutely.
2 or 3 a day.
Yeah, first, second, and third breakfasts.
11 Z's.
11.
Like the afternoon tea. Like, don't even get me, bro. Don't get started.
I don't know what 11 Z. I feel like 11 Z's like brunch.
Basically, yeah.
The time of day. Okay.
Yeah.
The biggest hell fucker with Samwise.
Nah, because you're doing all that walking. You good.
Oh yeah, you're right. So, okay, here's a question. I'm sorry, I don't want to spin this off into a Lord of the Rings podcast. How long did it take them to get from the Shire to Mount Doom?
Oh my goodness. I remember doing research on this myself.
And how far did they travel roughly?
Wait, it was a long time?
I think so. Like I've looked it up, but I haven't found a definitive answer. I've heard years and I've heard months.
It wasn't years. It was
okay.
Months. It was, I want to say like 6 to 8 months or something like that.
That's still a long fucking time.
Yeah. Well, remember they're on like opposite sides of the continent.
I mean, yeah, because I don't know the geography of that world. So like would it be an equivalent of walking across America?
Yes.
Because I feel like walking across America, if you walked 12 hours a day, it would probably take you months. You know what? We're gonna Google that shit.
Yeah, because the Shire is on the other side of the ruins of like the Northern Kingdom. And the Black Gate, which is the very beginning of Mordor's land, is in the south.
So that's not even Mount Doom. So how far was Mount Doom from the Black Gate?
Mount Doom from the Black Gate, I'd say maybe an hour.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was further than that. Okay. How far would it take to walk across the U.S.? Most people walk around 3 miles per hour, so it would take 180 hours of walking.
Wait, no,
A
I'm
little,
stupid. No, I'm a black
103
per hour.
days.
103 days.
103 days. That's you know what? That might be right. But you think about their world, there's nothing that's not a mountain. Everything you're walking over is a fucking mountain or a
Yeah,
hill or
and that shit
you're up a
also
hill.
huge too.
Huh?
They're like the world is also huge too.
Yeah, exactly. And then you gotta talk about you either getting chased by a spider or fucking Balrogs attacking you and some shit.
Yeah, I did
So
forget there's a lot of fucking risks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
my bad for misspeaking. I'm
Mm,
thinking about the movie and the time it took them about a day, but realistically, from the Black Gate to Mount Doom,
hmm
doing it properly, like not getting caught and shit like that, that's probably
uh-huh.
about 2 to 3 days ride.
Damn, and they were walking.
Yeah,
Oh, didn't
but they were
Smeagol know a
also
shortcut or something when they
they
got
were
to that?
also carried they were also carried partially by Shelob when she snatched up Frodo and Sam went after him,
That's
and
right.
then
Yeah.
again when he got snatched up and taken to the Orc Tower.
That motherfucker gets stabbed 3 times in these movies.
Yeah,
He gets stabbed 3 times.
that's
Anyways.
a lot of steel for such a small body. I'm gonna say that right now.
It,
Like
he gets
like
stabbed by a spider. He gets stabbed by the dark. What do you call them? The ring raiders,
oh
whatever.
the ring race. Yeah,
Them, yeah. And then somebody else stabs him. I forgot who, but yeah, he gets stabbed 3. I'm like, come on, bro.
right.
Anyways, yeah, I like that one though. Damn, I'll take either one of them as sidekicks though.
Yeah, Chewie's also like in my good books too. Like I fuck with Chewbacca a lot.
Yeah, because he can fly, he can shoot. I wouldn't want him to cook because he got so much hair on him. I don't want him. It had to be something
Yeah,
in the microwave, but he could
but he know
pilot.
a spot though. He know a spot.
He definitely know a spot. He got the guns on him. He got the ammo. He's a mechanic. Yeah.
And
I can't
beyond all that,
understand him.
he's a fucking Wookiee, bro. Oh,
Yeah,
that's the great thing about it. The great thing about you
you
can
would.
learn to understand
That's
Wookiees.
true because Han knows what he says. So
Yeah,
yeah, you're 100%. Yeah,
but
yeah,
fucking Wookiees are terrifying.
they are. Yeah, yeah. I like
I'm
the
still
ones when you go to the planet, you see the ones with like the different types. I'm like, oh shit.
oh yeah. I will still
Yeah.
never forgive the acolyte for killing that Wookiee Jedi off screen. You
He's
had
going.
one fucking job.
I think you bring up the acolyte every episode.
You know what? If that's what it takes, man. Because God,
Oh shit.
I will never forget the things they took from us. But
The
yeah,
acolyte
Wookiees
versus.
were
No, I'm
fucking
just
cool.
kidding.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say like, what you got? What you got?
No, please
Because
don't. Please
you'd
don't.
be
I don't want to
surprised.
get him triggered.
You would actually be surprised. Despite the fact that I dislike that shit, the way they set it up, OSHA can deal with a lot of people. But nah.
This is a good one. I like this one.
Uh-oh.
Would you prefer being on the first team? Not first team.
Oh.
Let's be reasonable.
I like when you said that.
20th voyage out. And would you rather take a ticket to be the humans who go to colonize space? Not colonize space. I take it back. The 20th voyage to a planet similar to Earth to colonize. And they've already been there doing their thing or whatever. Or would you prefer to live in a induced virtual reality environment outside of your day-to-day work, a la Ready Player One type?
So I'm guessing Earth is fucked up in both of these situations.
Yeah, Earth fucks around you, and one of those are your escapes.
Okay, so yeah, Earth is fucked up. So you,
I would take the 20th only if I didn't hear like weird keywords. Like if I hear safe, secure location,
that's
I'm not going.
right.
Let's say verified. You know, you got a friend that you still talk to, that that's there.
Don't worry, I can deal with that. I'm also vetting them. throwing out deep cuts in code just to make sure that person is dead.
Right, exactly. Like you get there and all of a sudden it's a slave colony or some shit like that.
or at best you're sent as an explorer, and then you find out that real quick that you're the first responder.
Yeah, first responder shit.
That's like that Mickey 17 shit.
I want to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
You guys, we can finish it. We got 2 left. We can watch it. I got it.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Damn, that's a organ turned into a vegetable here on Earth, huh?
Yeah, vegetable when like you can leave whenever you want to, but
okay,
the Earth
still
is
fucked
up.
up. Yeah.
Oh, it's the Matrix. The Matrix, basically.
Essentially, but you can leave it when you need to.
You can leave it when you need to. So 2 genuinely things, obviously, you work for, your virtual reality, just like you probably have to work for your ride for whatever. But that aside, which one? I would think I would do space colonization.
I think I would do that too, but you're gonna have to. Well, no, I was about to say you'd be giving up a lot of the technology we have now, but you wouldn't really, because I'm assuming that we'd take it with us. So probably the space colony.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic. They're taking all the shit with them because ain't nothing going on Earth. So.
But I mean, let's be honest. We regular people. We ain't even making it on that 20th.
I mean, hey, depending on how bad the situation is, that's why I'll be like, I'm listening for keywords. I'm listening for endemic life, safe, secure location.
Now, are those good keywords? I mean, like, are they codes?
No, these are bad keywords. These are
okay. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Anytime they talk about endemic life, they're fighting it. If you're on a 20th expedition and they are still talking about endemic life, they're fighting it.
That's a good point. Like some Monster Hunter World, except we ain't got none of the weapons.
Exactly.
you just gotta deal with it.
Yeah, you that one truck that went in like in the movie and all your shit got wrecked.
Exactly. You
got Nada said, "Don't hurt the animals." Like, fuck you, this thing's eating people.
Exactly. Like, fuck out of here. Yeah, the 20th expedition fleet, and you still talking about fucking endemic life and flora and fauna? Negative. Nah, y'all should have been studied that.
Animals and big ass plants eating people.
y'all have had 19 runs of this before I got here. Nah,
and it probably takes like 6 months per run too. So
that's at best if they have like good FTL. Nah, right. I know I'm going to Lost Planet, but I would rather go there than stay on Earth. So I ain't mad at that.
Said they're fighting it.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's a one-way trip too. You ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's funny. Yeah, when you say it like that, oh yeah, it's beautiful endemic life here. Oh, what y'all doing with it? Huh?
Right, yeah.
A T-Rex roar in the background.
Yep.
What was that? That was TV. Yep. Y'all didn't take no TVs. That's weird.
If they try to shoot you up full of vaccines for things that you don't know about, like not like they're coding you for sicknesses and things like that. They're giving you a bunch of immunizers. You're going to Lost Planet. You're going to Lost Planet. I'm sorry to tell you.
You talking about Lost Planet, that game?
Yeah, with a big ass bug.
Yeah, it was like winter all the time. You had to find heat sources. That fucking planet sucked.
Yeah, it's number 20.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last one. I think we're gonna have fun because we can watch Mickey 17 and do a review on it too. But because it does, I feel like will pose a lot of questions and statements for like space travel and shit.
I can't wait to do the Warhammer episode.
This one, look, we'll talk about it. Alien versus Predator.
Ooh,
you would say that.
Predator.
You think the Predator?
Yeah.
You think? Do you think aliens?
What's the situation? Are we saying one Predator versus one alien? Because that's unfair for the alien.
But then, doesn't
aliens don't say it again?
They fight in like horde modes, right?
They do normally. It's usually more than one. Well, I take that back. The first movies is always there's only one. The first couple, I think there's only one.
So one xenomorph by themselves is an ambush predator.
Right.
3 or more xenomorphs is a pack.
Yeah.
That's usually how they get around them. In the first movie,
Mhm.
it got them by ambushing them all and shit like
Right.
that.
Hmm. Yeah, it's situational. Predator comes out in most of them, it depending on the amount of aliens. But aliens have been known to take out one predator. One alien can take out one predator if you get them right.
Yeah,
And like you said,
and
they like Sketch said, they specialize in ambushing. And they I does the predator have a vision that can see the alien in the dark?
oh yeah,
Okay, because they don't give off heat, I don't
no,
believe.
they don't. Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, that depends on the situation. I would say predator majority of the time, but it depends, like I said, on the situation. If you get a
Yeah,
brand new predator, I think an alien can take it out. A seasoned one can take out a few.
yeah,
You
like
guys,
if you got like a neophyte predator versus like a pack of xenomorphs, that Joker's getting
Mm,
jumped.
you
right.
have to add that new Predator show that they got the
Oh, I
animated
heard
one.
it's good. You talking about the animated one?
The
Yeah,
animated
I heard
one.
it's pretty good.
Also,
Yeah.
just for not for nothing, but when you when you have to pit a predator against Wolverine to make a good comic, nah.
That is, I need to read that. I heard that was good.
Yeah,
Then
he
aliens took over the Marvel universe a while back. Then they
Yeah, they
uh-huh.
did.
yeah.
Yep.
That shit was crazy too.
Yeah,
Oh
that's a
man.
good one.
All right. Well, that's it for our random ass versus episode. If you have any verses that you would like us to talk about, cover, please drop them in the comments. That means you, Lucy.
I got one last one.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I have one that I heard from something else, but it is a good one.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Rico, go
All
ahead.
right,
Skip.
let's
Go ahead.
go.
You sure? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I stole this from another podcast, Weekly Planet. It's a bunch of Aussie people, but they are funny. So they did a versus episode a while ago. They said this reason why I brought it up because you mentioned the Predator. It's the Predator versus Kevin McAllister in Home Alone.
Oh, nah. McAllister's got this shit.
Exactly. Now
What?
the caveat is so their rules are this is the characters in their primes, so no one's hurt, whatever, and they go by the movie rules. So Kevin knew that the sticky bandits were coming, so he had time to prepare. Kevin knows the predator is coming and what he's capable of, so he takes the traps and he ramps them up. He wasn't trying to kill the sticky bandits, but he's going to try to kill the fucking predator. So I take that back. He would have killed the sticky bandits if they were
He should have
Yeah.
killed him a few times, but it is what
well,
it
yeah,
is.
everything in there would have killed them if it was real. But in this situation, the first thing, like Predator tries to come in through the door or the window, he's got fucking grenade on a string. It's
Yeah.
ramped up. So
Nah.
I
Fucking
think
Kevin.
Kevin McAllister, because he's a killer, he would kill the Predator. Because you think about it, Dutch killed him, or at least wounded him with similar traps.
Nah, Kevin McAllister's got this. That little nigga is Vietnam. He's a Viet Cong, bro. He is a Viet Cong.
Exactly.
Like, the fuck
Exactly.
you talking about? That dude is a goon, bro.
And Predator, even though he kills, he has rules.
Yeah.
He won't shoot anybody that's unarmed.
But
So
but also
if
too,
but it go
you
ahead.
have to think that the predators used to going in hunting, whereas
Exactly.
Kevin
He's gonna
is
be
ready
the
for a
hunted.
siege.
Yeah.
Kevin is ready for a siege. I
Mhm.
not to make this about Warhammer, but it's similar conversation in Warhammer. They talk about Rogel Dorn versus Perturabo. You ain't got to worry about the names, but both of them are known for siege
I know
warfare.
that.
Like
and shit like that. But
I'm just gonna agree like I know the names.
I heard
the
you
big-
too.
the biggest thing about him though, like the thing that people get wrong is the fact that like the Dorn, the one that wears the yellow, is a defensive specialist. He goes to a place, he can fortify that motherfucker to hell and back, and he will fight to keep it. That's the kind of siege. That's the kind of siege expert he is. Whereas Perturabo, the one that wears the silver, is a siege breaker.
Oh, so you got
he's the one
immovable
knocking.
object versus an unstoppable force or whatever it is. That's
Exactly.
saying. Got you. Okay. Yeah. So that I wish I knew how to animate because I would animate that shit because I feel like Kevin would put the
Yeah.
brakes because Predator isn't invincible. He's got a lot of tech though. So
Yeah.
And at the end
he's
of
a
the
hunter.
day, I take that back. Everybody loses because if he beats the Predator's flicking that bomb and he's killing the whole neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
That
he's
is
a,
true.
he's,
Him
he's
and
a sore
that
loser.
neighbor that was watching the whole thing.
Yeah. No, he's blowing up that whole cul-de-sac. Like
Yeah. Well,
he's a
no,
sore loser.
maybe not. Maybe
Why?
not. Maybe not. Because if he's with a group,
No, Predator's by himself. It's one Predator.
Let's say if he's got a group like up on the ship, then they might recruit Kevin.
Oh, they might present him with a weapon.
Oh, you're right. And give him that mark on his face, like he did John Latham.
Didn't they
They gonna
give that
give Kevin a mark?
in the books? Didn't they give that shit to Michiko? Because she killed the Predator.
What?
In
which
the
one?
books. In the books, didn't they give that shit to Michiko?
The black girl got one too.
Yep,
that's
she
what I'm
got
talking
a gun. So they gonna give him a mark and then give him a lightsaber.
Yep. and then Kevin's dropped on the next planet to hunt somebody else. Kevin is an honorary Predator. I like that.
Kevin, we have these aliens trying to break into this house. Your job is to stop them. You got 24 hours.
He's like, we're gonna bring in our best military strategist, Kevin McAllister, 8-year-old boy from Earth.
And he comes stepping out in Predator armor and shit.
Little armor.
He's like Doogie Howser, but for war crimes in space.
For war. Yes, I like that. Oh man, you kill the Predator, you become a Predator. I like that. Did y'all see Prey?
Yeah, they're making a Prey too.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah. It's like hundreds of years from Prey, but it's essentially a sequel.
Okay.
But they're gonna show more.
I thought it was good for what. Like, I love that shit. Like,
me too.
A lot of people think that sometimes you'll go back in the old days. You're just gonna fucking beat the fuck out of some Civil War.
For Native Americans, they're called. That's what the term savage fucking came from. Is them.
Yeah. They learned guerrilla war tactics from them motherfuckers.
Exactly. There is a reason why, and that was just her, and she like wasn't even a seasoned hunter. Can you imagine a seasoned motherfucker after that? He would have packed that Predator up in 20 minutes and been back at the house where that motherfucker was bagged and tagged, and they would have been wearing his armor. Like, yeah. I hate people think just because it's a girl, like they like you said, old times that they would win. Like, nah, nope. Yeah,
I fucking watched. Sketch had one?
Yeah, you had one too, Sketch. My bad.
Oh, Power Rangers versus the Sailor Scouts.
I don't know enough about the Sailor Scouts. You know what?
Their powers are similar.
That's true. They both lose because of how long it takes them to transform. They both lose.
I'm about to say they're both intergalactic.
They're both just sitting there watching each other transform for 30 minutes.
Let me ask you a question, y'all. Serious question. You're coming up against an enemy. You had a weapon, most likely a beam. If Sailor Moon versus fucking Power Rangers, don't matter. Some sort of beam, because a lot of them Power Rangers had guns outside of their suits.
Yep,
they do. They got rid of them when they got popular.
Oh, Carter Grayson will put the blick on Usagi real quick.
Common sense. Would you know when someone's causing you harm, right? And you stop and you're facing off, and then they start waving. Their arms and shit. Clicking their belt and shit. Would you not shoot them?
I would shoot the shit out of her. Everybody's powers took too long, especially the Sailor Scouts. They took too long to fire some shit off. They would be lit up. I think the Power Rangers will have enough time to combine all their weapons and make that big one. Yeah. By the time Sailor Moon did something.
The combi weapon.
You're right, man. That transformation went fast, and then they could be able to combine their weapons for that cannon.
Yeah. Yep. The combi weapon rarely took longer than like 10 to 12 seconds, whereas like the Sailor Moon transformation took like 20 seconds.
Yep. Unless it was towards the end of the episode where they sped it up a little bit or cut some shit out.
But it had already transformed like twice each already.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
the first
hold on now, because fucking Archie from Lost Galaxy transformed mid-run.
Say what now?
Who was Archie? The black dude?
Nah, he was the Asian Blue Ranger, Archie Cow from Lost Galaxy.
He transformed mid-run?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
right,
in
because
the
they were all animal based. All of them were animal
no
based.
wait. Lost Galaxy. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's
they were not like
animal-ish based.
wild. Yeah, not like Wild Force type, but they were animal-ish. But yeah,
Yeah, because the red
oh
one was the
man,
lion.
that's
I remember that. Yeah. You
yeah,
remember that scene now? Yeah.
yeah. Ah, that's a good one. They both take for fucking ever. I don't know who
Yeah,
took
but
the longest, but
Carter Grayson from Lightspeed, the Red Ranger from Lightspeed, would up the switch on them immediately as soon as they saw. Like
I
he
think
had no chill.
any of the cop based one, I think RPD would shoot
Or SPD.
first.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Chad,
yeah, they would shoot first. I think RPM might shoot first, waiting on them.
Andros would
Oh yeah,
shoot first.
Andros, he would hit you with that big ass screw sword thing he had.
Yeah.
He didn't care. I've been in a space for fucking ever. I think OG Jason would probably shoot first too.
OG Jason might pose though.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you might. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Yeah, he probably would. I think Zach
But
would shoot him with that axe shotgun just because he
yeah,
has an axe
yeah,
shotgun. That would be me. I was like, fuck this little gun. I got an axe shotgun. I'm shooting
for
your ass.
real, bro. But yeah, if they
Yeah,
transform though, that's a tough fucking fight.
yeah.
But then once after, let's say they both transform. They
But
they
dude,
they
does
they, they
I
did the friendly thing and they let each other
and they
transform
waited.
first.
I asked this question before. I remember watching Sailor Moon. She transformed. She got hit. She fired a tiara. That's the only thing I remember her doing. Did she ever fight?
That's what I
Yes,
was gonna say. Once they transform, what's the hand to hand look like?
Right.
Because the
Jupiter
other
and
ones,
Mars can fight. I
the
don't know about the rest of
Mars,
them.
Yeah,
Mars,
that second set
and
could fight, right? Like the second
oh
outside
yeah,
the
when the other Sailor
yeah,
Scouts
they could
came in,
fight,
they were
right?
whooping ass because they
Yeah,
weren't teenagers; they were fucking soldiers.
Yeah,
right. And I remember them fighting. I don't remember the core, the two, however many it was, them
was like
fighting. Like
five.
I just remember her changing. She would get hit, and then there's another
That's
animation for her tiara or whatever, or that bubble thing she had.
that's the
This,
problem though, because once they transform the fucking Rangers, unless you're talking about like the overdrive or whatever, the Rangers have to get into them Zords real quick because once they transform, them bitches is glass cannons. You got
what
to
are you talking
remember what.
about? The Rangers?
No, the fucking the Sailor Scouts.
Oh,
They
okay,
they
gotcha.
they don't they can't take a whole lot of damage, but that's in
That's
their
what I'm.
own world. Like
That's what I'm
Queen
saying.
Bear was
Yeah.
throwing like cosmic rays at them bitches, and they were eating that shit in fucking Sailor Fukus, bro. That's why she didn't have to do a whole lot. She threw that fucking tiara and just atomized niggas.
So she's like, I don't need to fight. I got my damn tiara.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why people say like Sailor Moon Soldier verse because like she's a glass cannon. She don't fight a
But I
whole
feel
lot,
like
but let her.
the Power Rangers can take damage. The only reason they get in the Zords is usually because the monster gets big. That's when they have to transform.
They
But
don't. They ain't never had to fight nobody who could just atomize motherfuckers though. When that
that's
when that
true.
power gets thrown around, they're usually in the robots.
That's
And
true. And that thing can
I'm
take
yeah,
some damage too. Yeah.
them bigger putties and them stronger enemies be
Oh,
putting hands in them Power Rangers. They be having
true.
sparks flying. I would not like to see one of them get hit by Sailor Moon's tiara.
But we got to. What's the? Do they have a comparable? Well, I think the Megazord could probably block that thing.
Yeah, with the fucking ultra power sword or whatever.
Yeah, but again, they still have to be in the Zords for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. While she's
So what's
transforming, they can bring the Zords out. They got enough fucking time. They got enough
right.
time to get some gas for that bitch too.
Maybe not the Wild Force Zords. They take a long
Oh,
ass time.
or I watched the
which
Lightspeed.
one
I
of the ones that
hated.
got to keep? They always get delivered from like another planet or some shit.
Oh, that was.
Oh,
Oh, damn it! Which I know which one you're talking. That was. Oh, because it's like one came out of the sun. That's when.
Zeo. That's Zeo.
Was that Zeo? Because somebody had a dragon, right? That came out of somewhere else, and one
Yeah.
came from like the moon and shit.
Yeah,
Like goddamn, how fast these things. I hate
Yeah,
it. If you ever go back and watch, I think it was Lightspeed Rescue. They had to be delivered on a fucking train track that
Nope,
whipped
that was Lightspeed Rescue.
the whole city. I'm like, this is dumb. Like the enemy knows where
yo,
your Zords are
didn't
coming
the
from.
buildings move for that? For that
Yep,
shit?
the buildings moved, and they had this big ass train track, and they had to wait for it to get there. And I'm like, the enemy can just bust that rail line up and fuck your whole thing up.
Because these niggas work a
Imagine
9
being
to
at
5.
work and fucking your
They
building
really
turned
do.
upside down because fucking
Hey, I'm not coming into work today. Why? Because the fucking building's flipped over because the damn Rangers doing some shit.
Do you not see fucking Rita Repulsa?
Bro, Lightspeed Rescue and Time Force were the most depressing, and also Lost Galaxy, because them kids had 9 to 5s.
They did.
That's why they were so. That's why those shows were so serious.
Yes, they clocked
They
in
had
and
jobs.
everything.
Even Lost Galaxy, when they weren't being Rangers, they had them jokers in cubicles or behind some consoles or something. You'll put your little asses to work. Fucking, they had the
You want to
Green
be a
Ranger.
Ranger, you got to pay. Oh, I thought the Ranger shit was free. Not anymore. It's not.
Nah, they had the Green Ranger was the mechanic.
Yeah, he was. Yep, looking like Tyrese and shit.
Yup.
He looked just like Tyrese.
Legend fucking rolled, buddy.
Yep.
Oh, shouts out, man.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to extend it too long.
No,
That's what we need. You need to mark that. We need to do a Power Rangers episode.
Yeah,
I'm fucking
most
down
definitely.
with that.
Yeah.
I'm fucking down with that. I appreciate this is our versus episode, and y'all here for the tangents. So y'all know it ain't an episode until we end it once. And then keep going.
That's like when you try to leave a cookout. All right, I'm
like,
going.
like your parents. Go ahead and get in the car. We leaving out. Yeah. 30 minutes later.
Yep. Or you trying to leave your parents' house, like, all right, I'm gonna head out. And another conversation.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate it as always. Thank you for listening, liking, sharing, subscribing. And we'll catch you guys next time. As always,
don't forget to have fun.
Catchphrase. Zap.
Bye.
Later.